morning. Today I will read Genesis chapter 45. In chapter 44 we saw that Joseph loved his little brother Benjamin, and he wanted to be with him. And the others, he didn't want a revenge. Just as he did he was a bit rough, but yeah, but even if he gave them food at his house, and he was very kind. He gave them the silver bag twice, and yeah. Now let's see what will happen next. And Judah, when he wanted to keep his little brother, and the others to go, maybe he thought that they don't care about him anymore, like how they didn't care about him and they sold him. But look, now all of them, they didn't want to go back at home because of Benjamin. And maybe Joseph tested them to see if they love Benjamin, or they will act like it happened with him, with Joseph. And look that there is a difference here. Maybe they, I don't know, did they felt sorry about Joseph? And even if, why didn't they saw to their father that they sold him, and that to not be that sad. They were very not cool. I mean, they saw his father so many years that he is so affected by Joseph's loss, and they all knew, except Benjamin, they all knew that what they did, and that Joseph may live, and maybe he's not dead. Okay. Let's see the next chapter. Then Joseph could no longer control himself before all his attendants, and he cried out, "Have everyone leave my presence." So there was no one with Joseph when he made himself known to his brothers. And he wept so loudly that the Egyptians heard him, and Pharaoh's household heard about it. Oh, was it near the Pharaoh's household? Maybe, I don't know. Joseph said to his brothers, "I am Joseph. Is my father still living?" But his brothers were not able to answer it, because they were terrified at his presence. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "Come close to me." When they had done so, he said, "I am your brother Joseph, the one you sold into Egypt." And now do not be distressed and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. Whoa! We are amazed. I am amazed about Joseph's character. Like I said in Romanian language, I remember this chapter. Your enemies, to not say, tell them to punish them, or to it's not that Joseph didn't punish them or made be indifferent, but you sold. Do not be angry with yourself for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. If someone wants to kill you or to do bad things, and yeah, they wanted to kill him, but they sold him after that. To make you a slave, to be in prison for no reason, and so much. That prison was the fault of Potiphar's wife, but can you do that? If you wanted to kill me, like Jesus would say, do not be angry that you killed me, that you crucified me, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you, and that with the crucifixion, now you all the world, all the generations from now on, and not just it, and to and the others that already came, to be saved, because I am the God's Son, Jesus Christ. Would he say that? I mean, God, Jesus. Or if, but there is a thing here. If you accept his God, Jesus' crucifixion, that and you believe in him, and you believe that that crucifixion is to save you, and you will change your life and listen to his words, not maybe, then you can be saved. But if not, you are not. It is very for 2 years now there has been famine. 2 years. So before that it was 7 years of good years. So when he had 30 years old, Joseph was in front of he was taken out from prison at age 28. He it happened with the cupbearer and um, the baker. So we see that Joseph stayed more than 2 years in prison. So 2 years of famine, and now he revealed himself to his brothers. And I don't know if the same year or the third year, we will see what will happen. For 2 years now there has been famine in the land, and for the next 5 years they will not be plowing and reaping. But God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant on earth, and to save your lives by a great deliverance. So then it was not you who sent me there, but God. Sent me here, but God. He made me father to Pharaoh. Father to Pharaoh. But not Pharaoh. How can he say that? I mean, Lord of his entire household and ruler of all Egypt. Now hurry back to my father and say to him, this is what your son Joseph says. God has made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down to me. Don't delay. You shall live in the region of Goshen, and be near me, you, your children and grandchildren, your flocks and herds, and all you have. I will provide for you there, because 5 years of famine are still to come. Otherwise you and your household and all who belong to you will become destitute. You can see for yourself, and so can my brother Benjamin, that it is really I who am speaking to you. Tell my father about all the honor accorded to me in Egypt, and about everything you have seen. And bring my father down here quickly. Then he threw his arms around his brother Benjamin and wept. And Benjamin embraced him, weeping. Maybe Benjamin didn't know what is happening. He knew Joseph before. I think he knew. Maybe he was too little, but yeah. And he kissed all his brothers and wept over them. Afterward, his brothers talked with him. Now they are more close, more freely to talk. They feel. Okay. When the news reached Pharaoh's palace that Joseph's brothers had come, Pharaoh and all his officials were pleased. Pharaoh said to Joseph, tell your brothers, do this. Load your animals and return to the land of Canaan, and bring your father and your families back to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt, and you can enjoy the fat of the land. Joseph said that to them before, something like that, but now Pharaoh tell Joseph that. You are also directed to tell them, do this, take some carts from Egypt for your children and your wives, and get your father and come. Never mind about your belongings, because the best of all Egypt will be yours. So the sons of Israel did this. Sometimes to change your place, to change your, you want to go with all your things, everything. But sometimes never mind about your belongings. because the best of all Egypt will be yours. We are sometimes we must not be our heart to be bound with all things, or how can I say bound? Is it okay? To be free, and yeah, because the best of all Egypt will be yours. So the sons of Israel did this. Joseph gave them carts, as Pharaoh had commanded, and he also gave them provisions for their journey. To each of them he gave new clothing, but to Benjamin he gave 300 shekels of silver and 5 sets of clothes. And this is what he sent to his father: 10 donkeys loaded with the best things of Egypt, and 10 female donkeys loaded with grain and bread and other provisions for his journey. Then he sent his brothers away, and as they were leaving, he said to them, "Don't quarrel on the way." Why 10 male donkeys, and then after that 10 female donkeys? And why it says here that? Because would be 10 pairs, and that's a valuable thing. Don't quarrel on the way. So they went up out of Egypt and came to their father Jacob in the land of Canaan. They told him, "Joseph is still alive." Joseph is still alive. In fact, he's ruler of all Egypt. Jacob was stunned. He did not believe them. For so many years, with losing your hope, losing your faith, and it was like a rock. He didn't believe. Was stunned. But when they told him everything Joseph had said to them, now maybe he recognized his fingerprint or his DNA of the things that he told to his brothers. But when they told him everything Joseph had said to them, and when he saw the carts Joseph has sent to carry him back, the spirit of their father Jacob revived. Whoa. They were so bad before. I mean, they saw his father that he's losing hope all those years, and they said nothing about him, that they sold him, and why would they do that? I mean, just to be punished? But it was very not okay. The spirit of their father Jacob revived. A good news can revive your soul. And Israel said, "I'm convinced my son Joseph is still alive. I will go and see him before I die." Maybe he wanted to die, maybe he didn't know what is happening with his life anymore. Before that, what did I do wrong to be punished like this? Jacob told them in chapter 43, I think. Yeah. Um, okay. May the God revive our souls too with good news. And the good news is that Jesus Christ came here on the earth about 2000 years ago, and he told us his message, and he built the Christianity, and after that he was crucified, and after 3 days of crucifixion he revived, and he is alive, and he after 50 days he went back to the heaven, but not by death, but by he flying, or how can I say, he was raised up to the heaven, and he sent us the Holy Spirit, and that we are not alone anymore. We can be not alone anymore, and Holy Spirit can come to us and live not just with us but in us, by Holy Spirit. When you when you are baptized by Holy Spirit, or how can I say, when Holy Spirit will make shelter in you, or something like that. Okay, may the God bless me and protect me, and if He wants, and enlighten me in the next chapter too, and if He wants, you will see me there too. God bless you all, and goodbye.